Well, welcome to Conversations with Denise. I'm your host, Dr. D. I'm excited, as always, about my shows. But this whole month, we've been talking about trying to get that body right for the beach or beach bodies. And so today on my show, I have a fine young man, ladies, that's going to help y'all get that body right for the beach. When I come back, I'm going to introduce you to a young man I've known for a few years. I'm only a few years older than him. But we'll be right back after this break with Mr. Jonathan Buchanan. We'll be right back.
Join Bishop Stan Williams and the Church 320 this and every Sunday morning at 11 a.m. on the west side of Jacksonville, Florida. Experience real praise. Come be a part of real worship and hear a real word to revolutionize your life. The Church 320 is an authentic worship experience. The Church 320 was voted Jacksonville's best place to worship. Join Bishop Stan this week.
Okay, so I'm back with my guest, Mr. Jonathan Buchanan, and I'm excited because, you know, I said that he's a fine young man, and he's a fine young man inside and out. Help me welcome Jonathan Buchanan to the couch on today. Hey, John.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited.
You excited?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. You're looking good in your bright colors. You know, you work in the colors. All right, so introduce yourself to the audience. Let them know who you are, what you do, and talk to them about Build Your Body Training, because that's your company, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Build Your Body. I'm a personal trainer, and I specialize in nutrition. And my company is all about changing your body and ultimately changing your life. You would be surprised at how many people find out a lot about themselves through reaching their goals in fitness, because it takes a lot of discipline. And so that's my main goal, changing lives through fitness, but it also changes the person.
Right, because most people lack that very word you said, discipline. And when you talk about changing your body, you know, most people think you can just jump up, get a personal trainer, and make it work. And that is not true.
That is absolutely not true. You see a lot, I mean, after the first week, the motivation leaves, and that's when you see the real person. Yeah. So when the motivation goes, that's when the work comes, and when you're losing 2 pounds a week, it's not that motivating.
And when you're feeling all that, what they call it, lactic acid, is that how you say it?
Yes, ma'am.
And people feeling that pain, they like, I ain't going back. But but before we talk about the workouts, I know you said you specialize in personal training and nutrition.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, nutrition is key.
Nutrition is absolutely the most important thing that you're going to need to focus on when it comes to your fitness journey.
Okay, talk to us about nutrition.
Okay, well, there's often this misconception that if you're working out, then you don't necessarily need to eat right. And that's wrong, because fitness and weight loss and getting abs and getting that nice toned body, it's all about calories in versus calories out, okay?
Calories in versus calories out. Okay.
So the only thing you can manipulate is what you're eating. That is going to be the hands down #1 thing that you need to focus on. Even on your rest days, you need to eat right. Even when you're not hitting the weights, you need to eat right.
So no matter how hard you working out, you going to the gym every day, you in there 2-3 hours a day, you come home or you don't have a proper eating regimen.
Yes.
It's not gonna go. You might see some inches here or there, but you're not gonna get we're not gonna look like you.
Yeah, you can gain some muscle. Yeah, I mean, you can change some things about yourself, but unless you're a professional athlete and you're on that grind for hours,
right,
you're not gonna look good if you don't focus on your nutrition.
Oh, so you said carbs in versus carbs out.
Yes, ma'am. Well, we focus more on calories.
Calories.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
People don't realize, because they're always counting carbs, and
Right.
you see every single fad diet, they focus on cutting down carbs or cutting carbs totally out. They don't realize that carbs and protein both have 4 calories per gram. You know.
4 per gram.
Yes,
Ooh,
ma'am.
Jonathan, you give me some numbers. Okay. All right, so come on, keep talking. Because it's going to help us to get that beach body. We really need to be educated.
Yes,
seriously.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
The reason that people focus on carbs so much is because carbs can be manipulated. You know, if you take out all of your protein, you're not gonna build muscle as fast as you would with more of it, you know? So they try to take the calories from the carbs, but you need the carbs for the energy to work out.
Because let me tell you, baby, it is not fun working out when you can't have no carbs.
It's terrible.
And you like, okay, you want me to do what? And you have no energy.
Yeah.
Okay, so you need carbs to work out.
Yes, ma'am.
You also need protein. I know a lot of people try to go to just like protein shakes.
That's actually where a lot of people mess up.
Okay.
Because, and I'll take myself personally,
Okay.
the only supplement I ever take is pre-workout, and that's to help me get through my workout. But protein should be eaten, you know? If you're dieting and you're hungry all the time, eat chicken instead of drinking a protein shake. It's gonna hold you much longer than, you know, some water and some powder.
Right.
Yeah, so get that volume of food in before you even think about, you know, scooping a protein shake.
So we need to eat food.
Food.
It's just the right kind of food.
Yes, ma'am.
Right combinations of food.
Right combination.
Which most people don't like.
Yeah.
Tell us the combinations, John. What we don't like to eat.
All right, well, when you're eating, one thing I think so many people, even in the fitness community, they forget is that fiber is extremely important. Just because it's not a
You never hear people
macronutrient.
talk about fiber a lot, though.
Yeah, fiber fills you up. Fiber is
Okay.
that thing that, you know, usually to be
That's the
filled up, you
bulk.
have to have, more calories, but fiber doesn't really have many calories at all, and it makes your body, it's helping the digestion system.
Okay.
So it's making you feel fuller longer.
Okay, so fiber,
Fiber,
something fibrous.
yeah, fiber, and don't be afraid of carbs. Eat something fiber with carbs. So usually it's something like brown rice, quinoa, or even apples, something like that.
Not rolls, French bread.
Yeah. People, and then another thing is, of course, your protein source, and your
Okay.
protein source should be mixed with your fat source.
And that's where a lot of people, I'll be honest with you, honestly, I can balance the carbs, I can balance the protein when I'm eating, but when it comes to they telling me to put fat in my food,
Yes.
I run. Only because I'm trying to get rid of fat. And I don't want any more fat, so I don't want to take no more in.
You know, when I first started, I was 16 years old. I thought that, and I was just like, oh, I'm just gonna eat lean chicken breast, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take the fat off my body. Actually, fat regulates hormones. And
Okay.
so if your testosterone isn't healthy, you're not gonna lose fat effectively.
Okay, so women have less testosterone.
Yes,
we have
ma'am.
some,
Yes,
but we
ma'am.
still need to take in
But
fat.
yes, man, you need to take in fat because it regulates those hormones and allows your body to want to drop the fat.
Okay, you better talk up here, Jonathan. All right, so what's a good fat that I won't be afraid to run from?
A good fat chicken thigh. You know, there's fat.
Chicken thigh?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, because it has protein
going
and
to the
fat.
white meat.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with chicken breast.
Wow.
Yeah, especially if you have too many
Never
fats in your
heard that.
diet, but chicken thigh, you know.
Chicken thigh.
Yeah, ground beef. All
Okay.
that.
We're going to be right back. We have a break where we're going to come right back after this commercial. We're going to talk some more about nutrition with Jonathan. We'll be right back.
Man, I hate cardio. Activity playlist, running, hashtag gym flow, Drake and Future. All right.
If your metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you.
Yeah. Yeah. Halloween.
I'm gonna shoot you.
Yeah. Jumpin', them boys up to something. They just spent like 2 or 3 weeks out the country. Them boys up to something, they just not just bluffing. You don't have to call, I hit my dance like Usher, woo. I just found my tempo like I'm DJ Mustard, woo. I hit that Ginobili with my left hand, I was like, woo. I'm saying something for all my babies that I miss. Chicken finger, french fry for them that wanna diss. Jumpin', them boys up to something. I think I need some.
Okay, so we're back, and I mean, we left off with Jonathan telling me that I got to sleep more. Sleeping is as important.
Yes, ma'am.
And if you don't sleep, it's counterproductive.
Yes, because that's when your body needs to recover from the work you have. You don't want that work to be in vain. You know, it's really frustrating when you have a client who's killing it in the gym, but then they can't get their sleep, so they're not getting the results that they worked for.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you need to sleep, you need to eat right, and working out.
Yes, ma'am.
And every now and then have a Snickers as long as
Snickers
it's
bar.
in your macros. Okay. All right. I want to talk about your supplements. You said the only thing that you do is pre-workout.
Yes, ma'am. Pre-workout.
Which is what?
Pre-workout is basically just that pick-me-up before your workout.
Okay.
You'll catch a lot of pre-workouts on the market with just a bunch of junk in them. But the only 3 ingredients that matter are going to be beta-alanine, which is going to help your nervous system, caffeine, and creatine monohydrate, which is going to give you that muscle energy you need through every single workout.
And it's a pre-workout.
Yes, ma'am. It's a pre-workout. It's called Primal.
Is it yours?
That's my pre-workout.
Okay,
yes,
that's
ma'am.
your workout. That's what I'm trying to get to. Okay, it's called Primal.
Primal, yes,
okay.
ma'am.
And so who should use it? We should only use them when we're working out, or?
You should only use it when you're working out, when you need it before a workout. If you feel good before you're going into a workout, there's no need to add caffeine into your system. There's no need to do all of that. Use that natural energy. But if it's one of those days, like we all have those days. I have 2 or 3 of those days per week where, you know, it's just like, I don't want to do this. It's time to take some pre-workout.
Well, we sure couldn't tell it looking at you. That so you don't take it every day?
I do not take it every day, and I don't recommend it because just like anything else, your body builds a tolerance.
Okay.
So if you use it every single day, you're going to have to start using more of it every single day to get the same effect.
Okay. So if I was going to ask you something else about the supplements. So, and you said you don't take any other supplement?
No, ma'am. I feel like other supplements are a waste of calories if they have calories. Like protein, I would much rather eat my calories from a chicken breast.
So don't get a protein shake.
If you need it, if you don't like eating chicken, if you don't like eating your protein.
I like eating chicken.
Oh, okay, I was just gonna say, if you don't like eating like that, then yeah, go ahead and go for it. But if you want to get as much volume as you can in through a day, I don't recommend it.
So we should eat our proteins, we should eat our carbs.
Yes, ma'am. Eat it all. Chew it up.
Chew it up.
Yes, ma'am.
Chew it up. Okay, well, anything else you want to share? You know, talk about, what you do. How do we get in touch with you?
Okay, well, I'm a personal trainer, of course, and I think I've come up with something brilliant. I know it's time for the beach. It's time everybody wants to get that initial jump on their diet. I've come up with a program, and it's a 2-week program. All right, and it's in 2 cycles. And the first week is just to get you on a regimen. Second week is something called intermittent fasting. Okay. And basically, you have a feeding window of 6 hours. You start eating at 12, and you stop eating at 6.
12 in the afternoon.
Yes, ma'am. 12 noon, 6 p.m. And you get all of your calories in. It's a meal plan. It tells you exactly what to eat, exactly what to eat, when to eat it. And you get all of your calories in that 6-hour window. And then for 18 hours, your body is fasting and burning fat more efficiently.
Okay.
So it's a very good diet plan.
And it's a 2-week.
It's a 2-week plan, yes, ma'am.
You give it to your clients that you
Yes,
have?
ma'am. That's how you kick off a diet.
That's how you kick it off.
Yes, ma'am. So you can just get that discipline driven into you.
Okay. All right. So what are you looking at in the future, Jonathan? Can we look for some videos or gym?
Absolutely. My main goal is to build a big gym that isn't like Planet Fitness, but it's something that people take. They feel like, I can feel comfortable there, but I can still be serious here.
Okay.
If I want to slam weights, I can slam weights. But I don't feel intimidated. I want to create something like that, but my end goal is a gym. Absolutely. That's my dream.
And you've been working out for 6 years.
Yes, ma'am. Serious
Since
work.
you were 16.
Since I was 16.
Is there an age limit? Should we stop working out at a certain age, or should we not start too early?
I've seen power lifters as young as 13. And yes, ma'am, bodybuilders just like real heavy weight for a 13-year-old. And I've seen bodybuilders as old as 85.
Woo.
So there's not a bad time to start. There's not a good time to end. You just keep pushing. Fitness is something that you can do all your life.
Yeah, and I guess you should kind of I don't know about pushing no weight at 85, but I think you should stay fit. You should take care of your body. You want to live long. I'm really impressed. Again, I say I have learned some things today that I've never heard before. Well, I've heard them, but you didn't know what they were talking about. Like you hear macros, and
Yes, ma'am.
you know, in your mind, are they talking about macaroni? What is it? But
No.
you know, macros again for the novice like
Yes,
me.
ma'am.
Macros.
Macronutrients that consist of your carbs,
Yes.
your fat, and your protein.
And a good carb is
A good carb would be something like brown rice,
rice.
white rice, jasmine rice, potatoes, sweet potatoes, certain things. I mean, there are foods that have carbs and micronutrients like fiber, like vitamin A, C, all your vitamins and things like that. But a carb is a carb. Always remember that a carb is a carb.
And
Yes.
a good protein.
Good protein, try to stay away from the really fatty meats like pork and 80-20 ground beef.
Yeah.
But, you know, any kind of chicken,
any
turkey, turkey. Lean ground beef is always good. Things like that. That's
And a
always
good
good to eat.
fat.
A good fat should come in your meats, but avocados, cooking with olive oil if you're eating chicken breast that day, things like that are very simple that you don't have to think about so much.
Okay.
Just throw it in your
Simple
dishes.
Stuff you don't have to think about. This has been a great conversation with Jonathan on today. You can check out Jonathan's website. You can get all of his information. It's right here in front of you. Stay tuned for more with Conversations with Denise. I'll talk to you soon.
Join Bishop Stan Williams and the Church 320 this and every Sunday morning at 11 a.m. on the west side of Jacksonville, Florida. Experience real praise. Come be a part of real worship and hear a real word to revolutionize your life. The Church 320 is an authentic worship experience. The Church 320 was voted Jacksonville's best place to worship. Join Bishop Stan this week.
1,700 or so pastors leave the ministry each month. 50% of pastors feel so discouraged that they would leave the ministry if they could. 50% feel unable to meet the demands of the job and are in need of training. This conference is exclusive to small churches focusing on 100 members and under. As a pastor, you can be strong where you are. Despise not the day of small beginnings. Zechariah 4:10. This conference is designed to strengthen the small church. Register today. Call 904-779-0101 or visit thechurch320.com.
All right, guys, summer is right around the corner, and today I want to bring you the hands down top #1 way to build that nice toned physique that you want for the summer, okay? But before I start, I want to clear up a misconception, a myth, okay? And that is that lifting weights makes women look big, bulky, manly, whatever you want to call it. Listen, think about it like this. Men have a lot of testosterone, way more than women produce because we're just different creatures, okay? Testosterone is used to cut fat and build muscle. I've been training for 6 years and I'm still not where I want to be in muscular development. It takes long, hard hours in the gym. It takes years and years to get big and bulky, okay? And that's for a human that has a chemical in their body that causes muscle growth. Women, if you see a woman walking around looking big and bulky and manly and unattractive, it's because they're trying to. It takes so much for a woman to build big, bulky muscles. All right, if you see a woman like that, she absolutely tried to. Okay, no one ever woke up one morning and was like, whoa, where did all these muscles come from? For women, I just need you to understand this. Lifting weights will make you look so good. Never bad, good. All right, so let's jump right into this workout. the workout that you're gonna see today is gonna be a full body workout where I hit arms, back, shoulders, leg. So to begin, we start with a compound lift, and that compound lift is going to be squats. This is gonna be the only body part that I only use one exercise on, because squats are a very, very effective workout that burn a lot of calories and affect more than just your quads. When you squat with proper form, you're gonna hit your quads, you're gonna hit your hams, and all those stabilizing muscles that are keeping you in the right groove, those are being worked as well, okay? After squats though, we move on into our back portion, and we move on to the staple in everyone's back routine, or it should be, which is going to be pull-ups, okay? Now, if you're not advanced in the gym, pull-ups are gonna be very hard for you. Pull-ups are something that's very hard to build because they are a very, very, very effective exercise. So in most gyms, you're gonna see the machine that's called the assisted dip and assisted pull-up machine, which you put your hands up, there's something on the bottom pushing your knees up, and it's gonna help you get those pull-ups. Do not be ashamed to use that machine, okay? It's there for you, it's there for a reason. But something I always say is that pull-ups build the back, and lat pull-downs make it pretty. Okay, so that's what we did next. We did some lat pull-downs. After we moved on from lat pull-downs, we went on and hit chest, okay? And women, I know this is a huge thing. Working in the industry, you hear women, why would I bench press? But listen, bench press, let's just be let's be frank about it. Bench press will lift your breast to a degree because your pectoral major is under there, and that's that's the foundation of everything. So you build that, everything lifts, everything looks perkier, everything looks better, okay? After bench press, you move on to flies. And for men, we all know these exercises, these squats, this bench press, these lat pull downs, these pull-ups, all this is gonna make us look good. After the chest flies, we moved right into everyone's favorite, which is gonna be arms, okay? Now in arms, we started on biceps. Biceps are composed of two muscle groups. That is the long head and the short head. So you can do something very simple, normal single arm standing curls, and after you do your sets of those, you move directly into your single arm hammer curls. After hammer curls, we move directly into one of my favorite exercises. This exercise is dips, okay? So most people, you're just gonna dip with your body weight, but because this is one of my favorite workouts, I've put in a lot of work on it. I add weight, as you can see. People are intimidated by dips just like they're intimidated by pull-ups. But what you don't understand is a lot of it is the effort that you put in. Here you see my older brother. He's on his fitness journey. He weighs 260 pounds, and he is knocking them out as good as anyone else, okay? So just know that even though something may seem hard in the gym, a lot of it comes down to effort. And people don't want to be talked to about that. People don't want to hear that, especially when it comes to doing something that's already very hard to do. But if you just keep pushing and putting more effort into it, you'll get more out of your workout. But if you still can't do your dips, there is a dip assist machine that you put your knees on and you dip and dip. Okay, after arms, we move into shoulders, and we keep it very, very simple. The first variation that we use is going to be seated dumbbell press. Okay, make sure you keep that back arch, make sure you keep that head straight, and you're just pressing the dumbbells above your head. So that is gonna be the most effective way of toning up that body and getting the body that you want, okay? But for the people who aren't really into that, people who just wanna lose weight, I have two very, 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 very good forms of cardio that you really should consider, okay? And the first form of cardio is gonna be HIIT training, HIIT cardio. And what HIIT stands for is high intensity interval training, which means you're gonna be on something like the treadmill and you're gonna walk at a nice, slow, steady pace. It's gonna be a kind of a power walk, okay? After you do that for about 60 seconds, you turn that treadmill all the way up as high as it can go, and you do that speed for about 15 seconds. This is gonna keep your body at a fat burning state, and you can get done with cardio in 15 minutes doing it this way. Now, if you don't even wanna be that extreme, you can just do something very simple. It's still not easy, but it's very simple and it gets the job done. If you don't feel like sprinting, especially on the days that I don't feel like running fast and doing all that high intensity interval training, basically you're gonna get on the treadmill, you're gonna cut that incline all the way up, and you're gonna walk at about 2 miles an hour for 30 to 35 minutes. It will burn a lot of calories and you will get the job done. So if you guys apply those couple of exercises to your workout routine, I promise you, it will get you closer to your goals.
Well, this show has truly been amazing. This whole series has been amazing on getting that body right for the beach, just getting that body right and getting it healthy overall. The show on today, it really blew me away because Jonathan taught me some stuff that I never knew. Macros, eating a chicken thigh to get good fats in. You know, most of us run from fats. Ladies, get your chicken thigh, put it on that plate, and get you some good carbs. You might even be able to have a Snickers. That's all I got out of that. You can have a Snickers. But make sure if you don't do anything else, make sure you take care of your body. Eat right, eat healthy, take care of yourself. You want to live a long time for your family. And remember, you're never too young to get started, and you're never too old to get started. So you just keep living good. Take care of yourself. Until next time, I'll be back with more conversations on Conversations with Denise. Talk to you soon.
West Jack's STEAM Summer Robotics Fun Camp in partnership with Gears. Learning with robotics in math, science, reading, music, and creative expression for kindergarten to 8th grade students. Camp opens June 13th through August 5th, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Before care available at 6:30 a.m. and aftercare also available till 6:30 p.m. Our camp will include reading comprehension, math fluency, science research, robotic construction, creative dance, social etiquette, field trips, free lunch, and snacks. At the end of our camp, we will host robotic competition, creative expression production, and an award ceremony. Every child will have an opportunity to get their very own robot at the end of camp. Registration opened March 1st, and we have 100 spots available. Scholarship opportunities available. So call today for more info at 904-779-0177.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope you've been enjoying the show so far. If you have any ideas you would like for me to talk about on the show, why don't you email me, Facebook me, or contact me at the address on the screen and let me know your ideas. I'm looking forward to talking with you next time on Conversations with Denise.